There is something running through your town, or very near it, that you may not know about, and as a tourism professional, you should know about it. Travelers from around the nation and the world, including Japan, are learning about it, and soon some will be asking you questions about it. You need to be ready. What is it? It's the Yellowstone Trail, the historic coast-to-coast automobile highway across America. Your town is on or near this first transcontinental auto highway in the northern U.S. We're talking 100 years ago. Before the Yellowstone Trail, people didn't take long auto trips because there were no usable long-distance auto roads. Governments were not building auto roads, so private groups formed to get out of the mud. Oh, the roads were bad.
One night we was coming home from town and the roads was frozen. We was trying to stay up on the high spots. The back wheel slid down in one track and the front wheel over in another. And of course the Model T didn't have power, so we stopped. And Loretta wanted to know what we do. I said, well, you get out on that side and I'll get on this side and lift it over so it'll track. So we lifted the back end up and set it over.
When cars became popular, named highway or trail organizations created and promoted cross-country auto routes. The first was the National Old Trails Association, the second, the Yellowstone Trail Association, and third, the Lincoln Highway Association. The Yellowstone Trail Association was formed in Ipswich, South Dakota, in 1912 by small-town businessmen. Local businessmen paid dues to the Yellowstone Trail Association. The association then pressured local groups to build auto roads from Plymouth Rock to Puget Sound. They also pressured local governments to build these roads. The Yellowstone Trail Association promoted the economic development of their towns by drawing tourists to their road, just like today's CVBs or Economic Development Corporations or Chambers of Commerce. Towns fought to be on the Yellowstone Trail. To draw people to this national route, they marked the road with yellow stones, yellow bands on telephone poles, and metal signs. They had information bureaus in hotels and portable tents. They gave out folders and advertisements. But the world was changing. Governments began to number routes, and by the 1930s, the Depression killed both tourist traffic and the income from dues, and the association ended. But to the benefit of 21st century towns along the trail, modern travelers are seeking out the rewards of heritage travel along places like Highway 66 and the Yellowstone Trail. As you know, heritage tourism is the #1 reason people travel in the U.S. today. The Yellowstone Trail gives you a leg up to attract those heritage tourists who are out to rediscover the Yellowstone Trail. Of course, heritage tourists need lodging, food, and gas like everybody else. But these Yellowstone Trail visitors are different in some important ways. They prefer restaurants and lodging that provide a more authentic historic experience, such as B&Bs in old homes, earlier motels, cabins and old-style family restaurants, diners, and even drive-ins. Remember that the destination of the Yellowstone Trail traveler is primarily the old route itself and its history, not modern tourist attractions like water slides. These tourists take their time. They often want to discover places by themselves, a 1923 bridge, for instance, or a stretch of concrete pavement laid in 1918, or old painted or neon signs, and buildings relatively unchanged since the old days. They enjoy celebrations of the past, county fairs, old home tours, antique car shows, sociability runs, which are parades of old cars running on the local Yellowstone Trail. and they shun the interstate and keep to the slow lane, examining cemeteries, ghost towns, sites of family stories, and local museums. How do you benefit from promoting heritage tourism on the Yellowstone Trail? You will be able to better serve a different type of tourist who will appreciate your service, and you can assist historic venues in your area, which may then advertise in your literature. Your major resource about the highway is the Yellowstone Trail Association, a small national not-for-profit organization which researches and promotes this historic gem. We are not a tourism agency, but a membership group which provides information about the highway to all who want it. We send our newsletter to over 1,000 interested people. We help you, if you ask, learn about the highway. We attempt to connect you with others who have used the trail for promoting their town and their tourist businesses. Be ready to handle tourist questions by watching the 24-minute video about the trail and finding maps at our website, www.yellowstonetrail.org. Be ready by asking about what others, like you, are doing by using our forum or emailing us at info@yellowstonetrail.org. Be ready by asking your historical society to work with you to put up Yellowstone Trail signs to mark the trail in your area. Add to the hundreds of Yellowstone Trail signs already installed along the trail, many sponsored by CVBs and historical societies. Include the Yellowstone Trail in your annual local celebrations, as they do in many towns along the trail. Sponsor sociability runs. Tie in the Yellowstone Trail with your area antique car shows. Be ready by identifying old pavements, bridges, buildings associated with the trail. Arrange for an interpretive sign to motivate interest. More and more people are leaving the interstates for an historic experience. Your Yellowstone Trail provides that experience if you learn about the trail and if you help your visitors to know. Questions? Just email us at info@yellowstonetrail.org.